straight to the point. Nothing was said for this screenshot here, put out of context. I said this joke in summer of 2023. I never acted like this since. So why is it a big deal today, and often brought up over and over and over again?
First of all, for this first part, Wamatoba likes to disguise his jokes as dark humor, when in reality it's not dark humor, and it's being outright offensive.
Honestly, who the actual cares? Ignore or go somewhere else instead of making a video crying over everything we said. This is the internet. People can say what they want. I don't care what you say. Tons of other people do the same shit. Go whine at them cause I'm not the only one on this planet saying same shit. Also claiming that what we said isn't dark humor is a stupid point. Dark humor is gonna be offensive anyway because it's freaking dark humor. How do you expect making fun of dark subjects is not dark humor? I don't understand your reasoning how it's not dark humor.
Second of all he does in this is he attempts to make me look bad and label me as a false accusation supporter.
Because you are bad, you feel like you have to say something whenever I am in a server with you or just by me joining you comment. You made so many videos on me to by the way. You agree to get your way and call people who don't have time for your among many other reasons why you're bad. I have so many screenshots on my video showing that. You literally are a false accusation supporter by calling me a for 6 months straight now.
Which honestly makes him sound like Donald Trump with his fake news bull. Next of all, Wami, these jokes you make are not edgy, they are just unfunny. Everyone in that GC, even your friends agree that it's not edgy. So the jokes Wamatoba lists on here are not the only jokes made by both of them. I will put the jokes on screen now, if you can even call them jokes.
Again, it's dark humor, not everyone will find it funny. My friend Tira was on the jokes. We did this for entertainment because you can't handle what we say.
You sent your sister's face on Discord, which I will show to prove now, however I will blur the face for privacy reasons. This clearly shows that we are not doxing her, or you, and that you was the one who sent it.
Unfortunately, I will have to agree with them here. Yes, I did leak my and her face online first, and that is my fault. But what you are forgetting is this was leaked to 1.5 years ago. The blame can also apply to you for deliberately trying to share it without my consent. Even worse, when I were actively trying to erase it from the internet.
Wami, you don't understand dark humor. It's called humor for a reason and isn't intended to be downright disrespectful to a person's culture.
So dark humor jokes on the September 11th attacks and the Holocaust is not disrespectful or to people's culture in any way. Please explain how that makes any sense, because your point makes no sense here.
Also, you didn't just say that you love Enzes. You also said lots of stuff that is worse.
I said worse things than jokes. Where? When? Why are you not providing any screenshots if you said I said worse things than that? Cause if I said worse things, it would be important enough to be shown, right?
I've not referred to you as a pedo. I refer to you as a pervert and a creep, which is what you are.
He now claims I am not a pedo, yet just days earlier he was calling me and Joey pedos. No, I am not a creep or a pervert like you claim. Again, providing absolutely no evidence to back this up. What he will do though is use the jokes that were jokes to begin with and use that as his evidence, which is outdated bullshit he will always reuse just to call us whatever.
Our claims against you are perfectly valid, by the way, and you claiming it happened years ago does not change anything.
Perfectly valid? Then why the hell did I just easily debunk most if not all of your valid claims? You also seem to go all over with your claims. Your claims are not perfectly valid. People can change within 2 years. What do you mean I claimed this happened years ago when if you read the freaking dates on the messages in the screenshots this did happen years ago? Where is this new evidence that I said sexual stuff to minors? Cause I can tell you none of that exists in 2024 and 2025. Also, you always say this doesn't change anything bullshit.
We don't claim you did that to your sister. You told us that yourself. We didn't do it.
You're correct there. I made a mistake there. But again, it was a joke. One of my friends was saying good night, I hope you all get and I responded, I already did by my sister. This is obviously a joke as you can tell by the screenshot. Also, why did you react as if it looked like you believed what I said?
I'm not excusing what Charlie did. He messed up and he apologized for it. The difference between his situation and yours is both sides of his situation said they didn't care that it happened, but in your case, Shadow never accepted your apology.
The difference between Wami and Charlie's situation is that both side situations didn't care it happened. Let me remind you, he did this when he was 19. He is older. So why did both sides not care, but they do care if the person is younger and not even an adult yet? Over age of consent, sure, but Charlie is too. It's more obvious, because you have blatant bias towards Charlie, which is why no one cared. He acted inappropriately around minors.
This whole section is him putting up random screenshots from 2023 for whatever reason. If you made these jokes to people your age, it would have been fine. But as we can see in the screenshot, you clearly don't think age matters.
Have you completely forgotten I was way more immature and incompetent at the time? Clearly you have, it seems. These screenshots I put here is where I originally got the inspiration to act the way I did and make that I love shadow video, which to this day I absolutely disgusted and regret my past self, yet my intentions were to make jokes. So no, I didn't care about age at the time.
As I've said many times, this video didn't start at all. It just made people realize that what you had been doing over the last few weeks was f***ed up.
Apparently 5 days is a few weeks. Got it? August 9th to 12th. Also, what do you mean this video didn't start it at all? Explain why no one cared what I said at the time until that video was released. I can still remember that time before the video was uploaded. Most of the false claims were sourced or related from this very video. F***ed up. So Charlie 19 years old acting inappropriately to a 14-year-old is not f***ed up. Got it? And all the other weird sexual jokes the stats community made isn't f***ed up. Also got it?
And it's not out of context, believe me. I'll put the conversation in the video now just to show that there is no context.
Saying that he is not putting the screenshots out of context and there is no context when I already explained why I acted the way I did and that video where they always fail to mention. They also always forget that I had a completely different mindset at the time due to my immature and incompetent self whenever they provide these screenshots. There is context. Important thing to mention, I said these sexual jokes in a server which was already known for stuff like this. You yet again failed to mention where I originally said these statements.
The tip of the iceberg, as Usos was worse than this. If I told you that this server is filled with explicit jokes, uncomfortability, and sexism, you most likely won't believe it. Well, meet Gypstats, the owner of Usos, or the United Server of Statistics. It was originally a server for everyone in the community to interact with one another. I mean, it's such a simple plan, but what happened? Well, the discussion on the Discord server all of the time was filled with disgusting topics, with the most active members talking about touching genitalia, splurging, if you know what I mean, provocative poses, and so much more.
This isn't trolling, it's called being annoying, which everyone in the server at the time thought you were.
Trolling is supposed to be annoying. Are you brain dead or what?
This did not clear your name in the slightest. In fact, it made more people aware of what you did.
I don't care if it didn't clear my name or not. So according to your logic, explaining my side and transparent is bad. Like, I mean, the way you said it made more people aware what you did and how it sounds us like is a bad thing. Is explaining and being honest is something I shouldn't do.
But you did the exact same things and the stuff he said wasn't directed at anyone.
No excuses for Charlie here. This image here, I used an example of Charlie doing questionable things. He literally asked this inappropriate question in a group chat full of minors. Use your freaking brain, dumbass. He's 19 years old. He is responsible on his decisions. Even though you said I did the same stuff, I wasn't an adult at the time. This makes your point more stupid than it already is. Also, how is him acting inappropriate in this other screenshot not directed at anyone from your logic? Cause this yet again makes no sense. So now they are focusing on my friend Tira. I'll let Tira respond to these claims and points.
Here is Tara being a hypocrite and accusing us of the exact same things they do. I'm not going to go over everything in this section, but to summarize it, it's me explaining why 9/11 and good and Wami Toba putting clown music over it.
Very first thing I want to mention is that around 3:25 in the video, he claims that the screenshot that's shown is an example of me being a hypocrite. Yet my only problem with this same issue I have with all of his claims is that he didn't proceed to explain how exactly it was an example of me being a hypocrite, or show screenshot proof or evidence to back said claim. All it was is like 3 messages of me giving my reasoning for why Wami is innocent, and the rest of the screenshot was just me firing shots at them. They're completely different things being talked about. Which one am I being a hypocrite in, and how so? That's what I feel like he could have improved on if he actually wanted to give a good argument against me, because right now, it's just accusations, statements with no evidence or explanation.
Also, something else to add to this. Tara never actually messed in T10 to debate me, and instead went and hid in his GC and got his bum buddy Wamatoba to send everything he said, which made him look like a right mong.
340, he hid in his GC and got his bum buddy Wamatoba to send everything he said. Well, I already responded to the first claim that I'm a p***. It's in Wami's video if you want to look. Secondly, he assumed I got Wami to send it to him. I never actually asked him to send it to you. It was a surprise even to me that he sent it because originally I was just making a statement to my friends to give more context since not all of them knew what it was a reference to. But after it did get leaked, I just went with it and engaged in the drama since it already ignited. I also did join T10 to have a debate, if you could call it that, later on too. But that was after Faceless doubled down and proved one of my points for me, so I felt it necessary to call it out.
This is not a neutral perspective at all, and contains so many lies it's actually scary. We didn't beef you because the partnership ended. We beefed you because you constantly let your pervy friend get away with things. Believe it or not, it definitely isn't. I don't even own the GC and haven't since November 2023. Just didn't happen, did it? But whatever floats your boat, I guess. I understand you gotta make yourself look good and inflate your fat ego.
356, we didn't beef you because you ended the partnership. We beefed you because you kept letting your pervy friend get away with things. Oh, it was different the last time I checked. Last time it was because we housed and guess that's outdated now, and this is now the fourth thing you've supposedly ended the partnership over. My statement in Wami's video contained the other three and show proof that he changed his reasoning again.
I just genuinely want to say, Wami and Tara, you don't need to be like this. There is more to life than being a degenerate lowlife who rants on Discord all day. This video would have been uploaded earlier, but I had better things to do like partying, enjoying my life, playing darts and revising so I can get decent results on exams and not have to depend on autism money from the government. Anyway, peace out.
529, one more thing I'd like to mention is that this is kind of a weak argument because of the fact that it's sort of a self-contradiction in a way. Basically, you started by trying to tell us that we don't need to be like this and that there's a lot better that we can do. But instead of actually saying what better things we could do, you just resort to the insults again, trying to bring our disabilities into it. Oh, and also, we all have lives to be T2. It's not just exclusive to you. In fact, I was outside for quite a few hours today spending time with my family, and I did the same for the last few days too, among other things. But anyways, the disability bombshell and the immediate insults after trying to help us. Become better people kind of just makes this whole section irrelevant, and the argument not so strong. And I'm not even using the ableist argument either, mainly since I genuinely don't care about people trash-talking my disabilities. Maybe Wami will use that argument though, since I know he takes it more seriously.
I've not referred to you as a pedo. I refer to you as a pervert and a creep, which is what you are. And believe me, Tara's not an exception. You did the most, but I'm not leaving him out of all this.
130, guy saved the best for last. I did not refer to you as a pedo. Yes, you did be TW. I refer to you as a pervert and a creep, which is what you are. And believe me, Tara is not an exception, guys. Do you know what this means? He has officially called me a creep and a pervert and compared me directly to Wami's accusations. I have nothing to say to this. If you manage to provide me proof that I'm a pervert and a creep, then I'll respond.
Final thoughts. This whole thing is basically people getting mad over stuff I said online with all this nonsense going on for the past 6 months or 2 years, whatever. Most everyday people would think, what's the point? It's not important. I decided to make a response cause I just want entertainment. Plus I love editing videos anyway.